Next up, who gives the biggest hand to Etuma will be rewarded a sauna towel. Aape gets a sauna towel. Yep. All right, so let's go.
First I need to ask Aape if I can, am I eligible for that club?
Not yet.
Okay. So companies get a huge amount of text-based feedback every year, and the amount is growing between 10 to 20% depending on the segment. And you probably wonder what companies actually do with this feedback. You've been to the Facebook pages of companies, you've left a comment there, you've answered surveys where there is a text field, you've given spontaneous feedback, or basically you just filled a form that went to a customer service center. And the truth is that, yes, they try to answer to those that are actual problems, but the rest of it is not, they don't really do much to it. It makes you feel good that you can do it, but the truth is that they don't have the ability to process all the claims and feedback. So this feedback comes from multiple channels, and a lot of the growth, the reason for the growth are these new channels. So for example, web forms, just purely email. A lot of companies have their email addresses on their web page. Of course, the social media, Twitter, Facebook pages, almost all consumer brand companies and service brand companies, they have Facebook pages now. It also comes through surveys. Surveys have more and more text fields. So just asking you and knowing that our service got 3.6 favorability last year. What does that mean, 3.6? We've noticed that if you say 3.6 and then you look at the text field, it's always 3.6, but these things are wrong with your service. And also this feedback comes in a lot of different languages. And there are services that do analysis on this feedback, but they are all doing the analysis in English. You have to do the analysis in source language, and we're the only company in the world that does it in source languages. We do it in 10 languages at the moment. So actually, we know the grammar, the idioms, the words. We know how to return words into their basic forms. And only this way can you really come up with the accurate analysis results. So the companies get a lot of feedback, but it doesn't turn into any kind of valuable knowledge. And they all know that there's a lot of weak signals there. There's all kinds of storms coming through and PR crises boiling out there in social media. And also there is a huge amount of peak traffic. If something unusual happens, for example, an ash cloud in Iceland or some kind of a big catastrophe somewhere. But they can't process it because the current methods, which are either manual processing, it's way too slow. The moment you get more than 1,000 feedbacks a month, it gets almost impossible to do this, to do the processing manually. You maybe take every 10th or every 50th, but what does that mean? The other solutions are software solutions where you just count words. Okay, you know that the word price was mentioned 456 times last month and 330 times this month. What does it mean? You don't know the actual sentiment of that. So what we do is we find out the topics we find out the topics that people are talking about, and topic is not just not a word, it's also an expression like this is expensive. We know it's about price, we know it's negative. So our solution is automatic, it's accurate because it does the analysis in source language, it's fast because we map a segment-based ontology into this real-time source language analysis. And the result is real-time actionable insight. We are selling today. We will be profitable Q1 2012. We have been able to, we started in May and we've been able to get really high-class customers. Thomas Cook Scandinavia is one of the biggest charter travel companies in the world. So we turn 1,000 pages of customer feedback into one page of actionable insight. Thank you very much.
Sami, you got some comments?
Sorry.
Great.
In a pitch like this, I sort of expected you to use some of the buzzwords like big data, analytics, and BI that somewhat went missing. But can you still, in one sentence, tell me what makes you better than the other guy? There's so much noise in the big data and analytics today.
So because of the way we analyze it, we are more accurate in any other language than English. And our accuracy level in topic detection is 95%. So in 95% of cases, we can detect the real meaning that people are talking about. Not just the word, but the meaning of that. The other thing is that because we've built this segment-based ontology on top of this analysis, we can show those results in real time. So our competition is a system where you actually build a large database and then experts with statistical tools analyze it. So it's slow, it's very expensive, and the results might be in English language some level or maybe a little bit better, but it comes with a big delay and costs a lot more than our solution.
So what are the scalability advantages?
This is running in, from the beginning this was developed into the Amazon cloud. It's basically we have a independent in and out system, so all the material is driven in one tube and coming out the other tube. And we can get new servers running in 2 minutes. So at the moment, for example, processing 100,000 feedback takes less than 10 seconds.
I'd suggest that the last slide that describes what you do, use it as your first slide.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Etuma.